Hey, how's it going YouTube? Today I will be doing my long-term review of my HP OMEN 30L with the 3080 configuration in it. Before I get started, I would really appreciate it if you left a like, sub, and comment down below. It would really support the channel, and thank you for stopping by. Now let's get into it. First things first, I got this PC straight from HP's website. I got it the day it dropped, I think. My configuration with the i7 1100 or 1007K, something like that, with the 3080 was 2,000, and then with my student discount that dropped it down to about 1,800 with taxes, which brought it up to almost 2,000 again. But honestly, for a PC with a 3080 in it, I feel like that was an absolute steal. A lot of 3080s nowadays cost $2,000 just for the graphics card themselves. So to be able to get this PC, with a 3080 and a whole PC attached to it I just feel very lucky that I was able to get that. Now next, I would like to talk about the build quality. In my opinion, this 30L is quite possibly one of the nicest looking pre-built PCs that you can get on the market right now. It has light up configuration controllability, I guess you can say, with 3 lighting zones, the logo in the front, the fan in the front, and the lights inside the PC, which look very cool, especially when you start messing with the lighting in your room and whatnot. And the fact that I have the HP OMEN 27i, I'll leave a video maybe right here, me unboxing it, and I'll link in the description. Everything is controlled in the HP OMEN Gaming Hub software, and just being able to have my whole desk light up in unison between those two has been very nice, very gamery aesthetic, and it's just been a pleasure to use. Next, in regard to build quality, I need to talk about a huge concern of mine, and that is the cooling of the PC. Now, when I'm playing Warzone with OBS on and doing all that kind of crazy AAA gaming, streaming, recording kind of thing, the GPU temps never really get over 75 degrees Celsius, which is definitely more than reasonable. The thing is though, if I wanted to upgrade the fans, it's just not really plausible. That a lot of people have found ways to kind of cut a section in the frame or jam a fan in there, but the fact of the matter is you have that one fan in front and the exhaust fan in the back. Other than that, you're not really left with a lot of wiggle room to install aftermarket fans unless you really try and squeeze them in there. Now, to kind of caveat off of that, one thing that is very concerning is the fact that there's no dust filter where the main fan intakes all of the air from. So if you have a dog or a cat or something like that, you can get an accumulation of hair that just gets blown straight into your PC, and then that makes cleaning your PC 10 times harder, whereas with other PC cases you can just take off the fan filter, clean that off, or the dust filter, and then reinstall it, you're good to go. But here you have dust particles and all that kind of stuff that just gets blown everywhere in there, and I don't want my 3080 to get trashed because my dog's hair has been blowing through it consistently for the past few months. So a little concerning there. Now, I know upgradeability in terms of fans really is not the greatest, but with the memory, both the RAM and the SSD or HDD that you'd like to install, I really think that they hit it out of the park with this one. So the 2 SSD or HDD trays are very easily accessible. The cabling is already routed into those 2 trays, and installing an SSD is just very easy and user-friendly, especially if you are new to PC gaming. But if you've never installed an SSD, or if you'd like to learn how to do one for a 30L, I also made a video on that right here. So please give that a check out if you'd like to look a little bit more into that. As far as other upgradability goes, like you can easily swap out the GPU, the CPU as well. Just throw some RAM in there. It's very easy to access with the panel that just pops right off with one button. This is just an awesome PC to get started with. The fact that it comes with such great core components like the i7, the 3080, the RAM is a little on the low end with 16 gigs, but can easily just buy 2 more sticks, bump that up to 32. It's very awesome to get your foot in the door with something like this. Next, I kind of want to touch a little bit on the I/O. I showed a lot of where the I/O was in my unboxing video. I didn't really feel concerned when I first opened up the PC and saw everything, but there's just been one little gripe that I've had with it. Now, you have 2 USB Type A ports on the top of the PC, and the back of the PC has quite a few Type A ports, basically all that you could ever need. The only issue that I have is the USB Type C ports. Now, there's no SD card reader on this PC, and my dongle that has an SD card reader is USB Type C, for MacBooks and even the Razer Blade that I have. And trying to get to the one USB Type C port that's on the back of this PC with all my cables hanging there, the fact that it's up against the wall, trying to fiddle around and find that is just not very user friendly. I would much rather have one Type A and one Type C port on the top of the PC instead of fiddling around back there trying to find it, because even if you want to hook your phone up, iPhone, Android, whatever, a lot of times that's like a Type C to Type C or Type C to Lightning port connection, and if you have an iPhone, and trying to fiddle your way back there every time for that one Type C port is just not for me. Other than that, you have great read-write speeds on a lot of the ports. There are different levels of each port, the 10, the 5, and the regular, each meaning just a different level of how much read and write speed that you're going to get from each port. I've tried out a variety of different things with my speakers, with my keyboard, with a bunch of different things. I've had absolutely no issues with any of the read-write speeds on those ports, so A+ in that category. Next, I would like to hit on gaming. Now, this isn't going to be a video where I show you a whole bunch of charts. Honestly, if you want to see the performance of a 3080, you can see, one of Jared Tech's videos or something like that. Shout out to him. This is going to be my experience with my specific 30L. When you're gaming, I can play Warzone 120-30 frames per second with OBS simultaneously running while recording that video, everything 1440p ultra settings, getting pushed through to my 27i, and it really has just been able to crush anything that I throw at it. Every video that you see on this YouTube channel, I edit on my 30L, and it absolutely crushes everything that I throw at it. I mean, it's a 3080, basically the best that you can get in the game right now, aside from a 3080 Ti maybe and a 3090. But as far as consumer grade, this is pretty much all that you could or would ever need, in my opinion at least. Now, one concern that I have with gaming in general on this is, again, back to the whole cooling thing. Now, because you only have that one intake fan, if you are playing Warzone with OBS, then that thing, it just sounds like a jet engine. I mean, a majority of the time you will have your headphones on, so it's maybe not too much of a concern, but if you like to game with, desktop speakers or something like that, it is something to take into consideration. That's why if I were to try and upgrade anything with this PC, which honestly I won't, I'm very happy with it, it would be the case. That way I can get way more fans in on it, because I feel like if I have 3 to 5 fans, intake fans, if they're all running at a minimum setting, it'll be a lot more airflow versus this one fan running at max trying to cool the entire PC. It's just not the best design in my opinion, but boy does it look good. Next thing that I would like to touch on is the HP OMEN Gaming Hub. Now that little piece of software, in my opinion, is very awesome and easy to use. Now, when I got my HP OMEN 27i, I did not really intend on getting a 30L because I got that back in November maybe. The kind of synergy that these two components have, since they're both HP products, is awesome. The lighting, the fact that they both come up on the HP OMEN Gaming Hub. I can go into the Gaming Hub, control my 3 lighting zones, and that will also work with the lighting zones that are on the 27i. I can change the fan speeds. I can overclock my PC, which personally is not something that I'm really too comfortable with doing. I just don't want to overclock my 3080 and then fry it, because I don't really want to test what HP's warranty process is like, and I don't want to not have a 3080 because what are the chances of getting one again anytime soon? So I'm really just trying to play it safe there. Hopefully sometime in the future, when graphics cards are a little bit more available and I'm a little bit more comfortable with tinkering with it, I'll go down that route. But for now, how it performs stock is more than enough for anything that I need personally, and I think that you guys will more than enjoy how it performs stock as well. Now, one little topic that I wanted to hit on, I know it's kind of a taboo to talk about if you are a gamer, but that's going to be mining. Now, I kind of just wanted to learn about mining and just see how you do it, and I started mining Ethereum on this bad boy, getting around 86 mega hash per second, which since I've had this PC, it has racked up around $400 or $500 just sitting there mining Ethereum while I'm not even I'm at work or something. I'm not here. It's been really cool to basically have this thing start to pay itself off. If you guys would like to see more videos on that, then please let me know in the comments down below. But I just think it is very awesome that this thing can basically do anything and everything that I need it to. It's opened up a lot of avenues for me with YouTube, with gaming and streaming, with now mining. And let me get this straight though, it is cool to mine as a little hobby, but that doesn't mean to go out and buy 30 3080s and take them from gamers in need. You know what I mean? All around, I just am really in love with this PC. It has just crushed everything that I've thrown at it, and I really couldn't ask for more, honestly. And overall, this PC is probably one of the best pre-builts that you can get on the market. I know Best Buy has had some configurations and they're very good at keeping things MSRP, but I would regularly check in on HP's website. It may take you a month and a half to get your PC, but I mean, if you can lock down on this, I think it is a no-brainer. Definitely go for it. I think you'll be more than happy with your purchase. Now that's all that I have for you guys today. I hope that you got something from this video. It was more just kind of how I felt about the PC and my use cases with it and how much I've got out of it. I hope that you'll get something out of yours too if you plan on getting one or just received one. Other than that, I really hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, please leave a like and comment, sub down below, all that good stuff, and thank you for stopping by. Later.